Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ask Zax number 5. Guys, you guys are pouring emails into my Ask Zaxter at yahoo.com email box. 5 new emails since the number 4 video I made just this morning. So, with this new video, I felt like this, I just made a video this morning, number 4. I felt like this video here was something I wanted to put out today because today, right now, is Mother's Day. I hope all of you guys out there, all you mothers out there that might be watching, have had a fantastic Mother's Day. And even if it's not Mother's Day when you watch this video, I hope your day is going well. I got an email from a lady who requested that I didn't show the words of her email, but told me that she would love to hear my response or hear, or watch a video with my opinions on what's going on. So what we have here is a lady that wrote me an email saying that today, on Mother's Day, is an extremely hard day for her because when I look at the email here, she says she misses her mother and that her mother is no longer here with us. Her mother died early and to heart failure, and she was gone. And the lady here is distraught because she feels like she neglected her mother and neglected her, giving her mother time and attention, even though she knows her mom loved her to pieces because she was in a relationship that her mother didn't agree with. So when I read the email, she says the words, "I was beaten. I had my hair pulled. I was dragged around the house. I was forced to do things that I didn't want to do, not just sexually, with the man that I married. He became abusive about 6 months after marrying him, and before I married him, he was a completely different man. He was a man that I fell in love with, and after he started becoming abusive, she quickly began to hate him. She began to hate the things that he did, and she began to ignore her mother. Her mother was trying to reach out and help her with the marriage. Her mother knew that things were wrong, but her mother didn't know what. And she says she regrets never coming forth and going to her mom for help because she knew that she thought that it would really stress her mom out and make her mom unhappy. And I can certainly understand that. The woman in the email is still married to the same guy. And through counseling, through her walking out the door, finally walking out the door and leaving this man for just 2 months, he decided that he loved her and he decided he would seek help all on his own. So when this man started seeking help and started going through counseling to get help for his anger issues and his, basically, it sounds like he had, he was very possessive and jealous from reading the email. He got help. He realized that something inside of him realized that he loved this woman enough to seek help. And through the counseling, which lasted, it looks like about a year, she said he changed back into the man that she fell in love with. They never got a divorce. She just walked out on him. And she stayed away through what sounds like about the first half of his counseling. Once he had started going through counseling, he had been going through it for a while. She decided to go ahead and take the chance on going back as she saw a lot of changes in him and a lot of changes in his attitude and the way he treated her, the way he talked to her. And so good for her. But the email comes when she asked me, right? She asked me here in the email, I'm just searching for it here, guys, sorry. Her question comes to me in saying that she doesn't have her mother anymore, which is extremely sad, especially on Mother's Day, and I can understand that. You're never going to forget your mother. But she's asking me how she can stop the resentment against her husband, even though he's completely changed and shows her nothing but love and support now and encouragement, everything that, a woman would want, any man, any woman would want from a man. She feels like he is the best version of himself that she's ever been with, but she still really resents him. And she feels like what he did to her cost her a strong relationship, and the relationship that she misses and she wishes she wishes she would have had with her mother. And now she's gone. And she says she can't stop the resentment against her husband, even though she loves him. She'll never leave him, and she loves him with all her heart, all that. But she's first of all, she does say one thing. She does say that I know it's kind of weird that I'm not showing the words, and it's kind of making it hard. But I'm reading, and I'm kind of talking about a lot of things that she talked about, and I feel like this might apply to other people, and especially on Mother's Day. That's one reason I went ahead and decided to make this video. All I can say through this story is obviously, first of all, I want to go ahead and say to all my Ask Zax videos, I'm not a psychologist. I've never went to college to study human behavior. All I have is, my big heart. Um, I think I have a pretty open mind to a lot of things, and a lifetime of experience on talking to friends, good communication with friends and people I've dated, and my ex-wife, etc., etc. So with this, I mean, this is really a heart-wrenching story. We have a woman here who really misses her mother on Mother's Day. It's been several years since her mother has passed away, but she said it's always really hard on her mother's birthday, holidays, and of course Mother's Day today. I think my advice would be, if you feel like the resentment that you feel for your husband is too much for you to handle, and if it's stress, like a day-to-day stress, you feel like it's maybe hurting your relationship or your marriage with this man who decided to go forth and get therapy and help so that he could pull you back into his life and be a better man, have a stronger relationship and a stronger marriage with you. My advice would be to maybe do the same thing for him so that maybe you can release some of the resentment that you feel. I'm not a therapist here. My video is not, I hope in some way it's therapeutic to you to hear. But nobody's perfect. And it sounds like your husband realized that he was hurting you and that he was, going to lose you. And he went forth and tried to better himself so that he could hang on to you and could love you, so that you would love him. For the health of your relationship, if this really is a driving force enough to write me email based on a few videos that I've made looking for my advice, I think my advice would be, look for ways to get professional help, professional therapy for yourself on how you can let go of the resentment that you feel for your husband, and the resentment you feel like he cost you a relationship with your mother. Because in the end, we have to, I'm going to tell you the cold hard truth here. In the end, no matter how bad the relationship was, it was you that chose not to go to your mother. It was you that chose to put him and his the abusive relationship as a priority or a secret that you didn't want your mother to know about. So I feel like a lot of the resentment that you have and you feel like is against your husband, maybe you should be taking on yourself, because in the end, it was you that chose to keep that from your mother. And I certainly understand why you did. And I certainly understand why you have the resentment towards your husband. And I'm not going to say that you shouldn't feel that resentment. But I guess what I'm saying here is it might help you in some way if you realize that part of the resentment you feel was probably your own doing, probably your own fault. And in the end, you chose to not call, not talk, not visit your mother in her older years. Obviously, we never know when anybody's going to go. And I think that when we lose somebody like our family or our mother or our father or our grandparents or a brother or sister or whatever, when we lose somebody in our life that's really close to us, we're always going to feel some kind of guilt or maybe some kind of resentment as a place to put some of that hurt. But you're probably putting some of the hurt and the pain from losing your mother and channeling it to your husband when maybe you shouldn't. Your husband is his own man. Yes, he made mistakes, and yes, obviously physical abuse. It's something that I do on my channel right here. Is I made my channel against domestic violence, and if you are out there listening to this video and you're in a relationship where there's domestic violence going on, especially if you have kids, I can't urge you enough to seek help. There is the domestic violence hotline that is completely anonymous, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week here in America, and you can give them a call. And if you're outside America, there are other domestic abuse hotlines near you or available to you to call toll free, probably 24 hours a day, and talk, anonymously to somebody that can listen, not judge you, and maybe help you. Today is Mother's Day, people. Today is a day where we all look up at our mothers and we remember everything that our mothers have done for us through our life, how they raised us, maybe some of our favorite foods that they've cooked for us over the years, birthday cakes, everything that our mothers have done for us. Mothers, I believe, are so loving of their kids, and mothers always want the best and happiness for their kids. I don't think I've ever come across a mother in my life, that as far as like friends and family and everything like that, I've never seen a mother that had kids that didn't ultimately want to see them happy, see them successful, and see them basically do better off than they did themselves. So today can be a hard day if you're no longer with your mother. Anybody out there watching this video that no longer has their mother with them, I do express my sincere apologies, my heartfelt hugs going out to you. I can imagine pain, because ultimately we are very, very close to our mothers. They are the ones who birthed to us, raised us, and showed us so much of who we are today. To the lady that wrote me the email, I think the best thing that I can do here is tell you to stop focusing on your husband and the resentment that you feel about losing your mother. Let go. When I say let go of your mother. Let go of the resentment you feel. Let go of the desire you have to still be with your mother because she's no longer here with us on earth. Now, she is somewhere looking down upon you. And if she saw that you have now a very loving husband who loves you, no longer harms you, I'm sure your mother would want you to smile, happy. I mean, we all know she would, right? She loves you very much. Of course she loves you very much. So she's looking down on you from wherever she's at, looking at you, and she's just wanting you to smile today. She's wanting you to be happy that you now have a loving husband who loves you enough to go to get the self-help he needed so that he can give you the love and the support, everything that you need to make you happy. Be happy. Try to smile. Look at the simple things, whatever it is that can make you smile. Maybe it's your own child smile that makes you happy. It's that fresh cup of homebrewed coffee that you drink in the morning. The way the sunshine feels when it comes through the clouds on a spring day. The way the rain smells after a nice rain, and it hasn't rained in a couple of weeks. The rain kind of clears the air, and the smell of the fresh air. All these little things in our lives we need to not take for granted and learn to smile from and appreciate. When you can do that, maybe you can look at your husband, see that he really does love you, loves you enough to go through probably one of the hardest decisions he ever had to make, and realize that he needed to go through a very difficult therapy and counseling change, and he did it all for you. Be grateful. Be grateful for the love that you have and that you had from your mother. Don't feel guilty. Try not to feel resentment for what you didn't give to your mother. I am pretty damn sure your mom knows damn well that you loved her. So let it go. Let the guilt and resentment go and hang on to what you have now. Give your husband the love and the support that he needs from you. Be happy. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Be sure you comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of my thoughts to this sorrowful woman who wrote in on Mother's Day, wrote me an email to let me know about her grief and resentment she feels all about her mother and her husband. Sometimes we just got to forgive. You forgive people, your life's going to be a lot happier. Learn to forgive people. No matter what people have done, learn to forgive. Because in the end, it's going to make it a lot easier, a lot more healthy for you. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Be sure you comment down below. Be sure you like this video. Be sure you subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And if you want to ask me a video, or if you want to ask me a question that you'd like me to feature on a future Ask Zax video, be sure you simply just send me an email at askzaxter@yahoo.com. If I feel that the email that I get is, warrants a video to be made, it's something that I feel is different and could apply to a lot of people, you'll definitely see me cover it in a future Ask Zax video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Take care, everybody. Be sure you smile, and be sure you forgive those people that are consuming you with regret or resentment or hate or anger. Let it go. Be happy. Remember the simple things. And don't take a single day for granted. Take care, everybody. Be happy.